say this clearly from the start. This is not about family drama. This is about power, succession, and the future of opposition politics in Kenya. For the first time in decades, the Odinga political machine exists without Raila Odinga as the unquestioned center of gravity. And when that happens, what looks like a family division is actually structured political transition. So today, I want to explain why the Odinga family appears divided, what Winnie Odinga's rebellion really means, why Oburu Odinga's leadership is under pressure, why Ruto appointing Ida Odinga is not a coincidence, and finally, what do we expect? First of all, the loss of Raila was the root of everything. For several decades, Raila Odinga played three roles at once. One, he was a family patriarch. He was an ODM party anchor. He was a symbolic opposition leader nationally. With his death in October 2025, ODM entered what political scientists call a post charismatic transition, the most dangerous phase for any movement. No one disputes this fact. ODM trusted one person to manage its relationship with power. That was Raila Odinga. Winnie Odinga has said this very openly in very many public forums, questioning whether the current leaders can manage the complex ODM UDA engagement. That question alone was enough to shake the party. Let's focus on Winnie Odinga. Is Winnie Odinga a rebellion or is she a radical reformist? Let's be honest. Winnie Odinga is not rebelling against her own family. She is rebelling against elite consensus politics. Despite repeatedly affirming loyalty to Oburu Odinga, his uncle, as both the party leader and the family head, Winnie Odinga has still gone ahead and publicly criticized ODM's direction, accused the party officials of selling out, and demanded an NDC, a National Delegates Conference, to democratically decide the leadership of ODM. This places her in a very clear political lane. One, she is youth facing. Two, she is a reformist. And three, she is anti cooptation. That means she is politically independent. Skeptical of ODM becoming a soft partner of the Ruto government, Winnie Odinga has constantly refused ODM UDA engagement. In governance terms, Winnie Odinga represents institutional accountability within a party that has long relied on moral authority rather than internal democracy. And this is threatening. So what about Oburu Odinga? Is Oburu Odinga a steady hand or is he a placeholder? Oburu Odinga's leadership is not controversial because of competence alone. It is controversial because of symbolism. He represents the following. He represents continuity with Raila. He represents stability during transition. And he represents family stewardship. But he also represents an older political generation, regional anchoring, elite negotiation politics. Oburu has defended his readiness and insists that ODM remains united, and Winnie herself has publicly defended him from claims of a family feud. However, politics is not just about loyalty, it is about direction, and that is where the tension lies. What about Ida Odinga? The appointment of Ida Odinga to a diplomatic role is not for generosity. It is a strategic statecraft. Ruto understands three things: that the Odinga name still carries moral weight. By elevating Ida Odinga, Ruto achieves several things. He achieves soft legitimization of his regime, symbolic closure of an opposition era that has long defied him, internal confusion within ODM. He has achieved public discourse around his appointment has intensified internal ODM debate and forced family members into uncomfortable political positioning. This is classic elite absorption politics. So, the question is the Raila Odinga family really divided? Here is the honest answer. Emotionally, no. Politically, yes. And that is inevitable. It is unavoidable. Even Winnie herself has said repeatedly that her family matters are handled privately and that disagreements are being exaggerated by the media. What we are witnessing is not a family feud, it is a post Raila ideological sorting. But what are we likely to see next coming from the Odinga family? As a political analyst and a governance expert, here is what I expect. 1. ODM will be forced into an NDC. Pressure for a national delegates conference will grow. Leadership ambiguity cannot survive until 2027. 2. Of course, Winnie Odinga will consolidate a youth bloc, whether inside ODM or as a reform caucus. Winnie's voice will grow louder, not quieter. Ruto will continue quoting ODM symbols into more soft landings, more appointments, more divide and neutralize tactics. Another thing, ODM faces a choice by mid 2026. It will either remain a protest movement without Raila or transition into an institutional party with clear leadership and ideology. Also, the Odinga name will no longer speak with one voice. And that is for sure. And that, for the first time in Kenyan politics, is not weakness. This actually could just be growth. The Odinga family is not collapsing. ODM is not imploding. What we are witnessing is a painful birth of post Raila politics. And the big question is not whether ODM survives, it is what kind of a party it chooses to become. We have come to the end of our video today. Tell me what you think about the Odinga family feud. Kindly like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. I truly value your honest feedback. See you on the next video. Until next time, bye.